We live in a great time where if you want to be a new YouTuber, an artist or creator or a business person, there is an abundance of information out there to swallow and to absorb to help us on our journeys, from people like Gary Vee, Jordan Peterson, Beyonce, Drake. But the issue about listening to these people that are well established and that are millionaires and that are incredibly affluent and successful is that oftentimes they don't incorporate what it was like to be a beginner. They also grew up in a different time. They don't know what it's like to have to navigate a trillion social media apps as a creator, or have to live with your parents in 2003. So there are so many caveats and nuances that I feel like listening to these people who are well established doesn't include. As a new creator, as somebody that's recently just dove into a business of creating, a business of art, the business of being an artist, here are some of the most important things I've learned in a short time that I feel like are super important. Number one is you really do have to love what you embark on. We've heard this countless times from Steve Jobs, Oprah. How many people have said it? And it's one of those things we've heard so many times, I feel like it's lost its significance. I can tell you from doing this for the brief amount of time I've been doing it, it's a lot of pain. If you're a creator or you're not a creator, you might think creating is play. It's more emotionally taxing than a lot of other jobs because you put so much into it, you put a lot of work into it, and a lot of jobs you would get paid. When you create your own stuff, you can put so much work into a song, you can put so much work into a painting, a video, and that video could do nothing. That video could crash, that video could make no impact that you expected. Not only that, the actual creation of it is tough. I live in my mom's house like a lot of people do in this day and age. To even create, to make a video, it's a logistical backflip that I have to do. Steve Jobs is probably one of the most prominent people that is mentioned loving what you do, and he says your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be able to be truly satisfied is to believe what you do is great work, and the only way to do great work is to love what you do. I wouldn't be doing this if I did not love the message and the purpose of Nothing to the Grave, to inspire people to become a better version of themselves. So whether I'm tired, whether I'm feeling lazy, whether I'm feeling doubtful or pessimistic, the love and the purpose and the passion pushes me. So you really need to love it. Number two, and this is really practical, you have to find your voice. But before you do that, you have to copy. There's a great saying from Picasso: good art is copy, great art is steal. And if anyone has seen my videos, if not, go check them out, or my music, you may see influences from things you've seen before you. That's a part of the process. You have to copy. You need to do that to find your own voice. So you're stirring a pot, seeing what flavors you like. Okay, I don't like this. Like, I've realized I don't actually love just the stagnant image of talking to myself. I don't love just seeing myself constantly on my YouTube page. Eventually I would like to grow this to something that's actually more artistic, that's more symbolic instead of exposition, if that makes sense. But that's just something I've realized now, but I have to start incrementally and grow gradually. Michelangelo actually copied sculptures and he copied paintings, and he did it so well that someone in Rome at the time hired him because his copies were just as good as the originals. That's how he learned and honed in his craft. So you have to find your voice and be comfortable with finding your voice and trying new things. Good art is copy, great art is steal. You have to steal and incorporate your own voice. And number three, which is really practical, that I don't think anyone talks about because it's always like social media, we love social media, we love social media, more social media. We don't hear from artistic voices. Think of music. Think of the most prominent artists: Frank Ocean, Kendrick, J. Cole, Donald Glover. He's a multifaceted creative. These people are not relentlessly on social media. I was spending so much time making shorts, making reels, like just so I can completely drown the algorithm, and I've realized that was actually draining. That's not what fills me, or not what I want to be known for. I don't want to be known as just a social media guy. I want to make things that are artistic and impactful. Although of course that's how I have to start to realize this point is best summarized as the Pareto principle. Know what gives you the most for your time. If you're spending continuous time on your phone, that's actually harming you, and that's harming your creative process. It's draining you, and not only does it drain you mentally, that takes your time away. 20% of the things you do are going to yield 80% of the results. So why was I spending 50% of my time or 70% of my time making shorts? Now I know, and I'm more aware that, okay, wait a minute, I need to reshuffle my time. So be pragmatic with it. Identify the things that actually yield the most, I guess, enjoyment for you, but also the most results in what you're trying to achieve. Number 4, remain a student. When we start creating and we start focusing on work and getting better, it's very easy and very normal, I feel, to get consumed by creating. But one thing I noticed is that I literally stopped listening to music. I'm an artist, a musical artist, but I'm also trying to make visuals. Think Donald Glover, Childish Gambino. I stopped like watching YouTube videos. I barely make the time. I only found the time to do it when I would burn out from creating. But now I'm trying to make more time and create more time to actually be a sponge and to absorb, because that's what keeps the inspiration going. That's what reminds me of why we're doing this. If you're somebody that finds yourself creating and you're creating so much that you've actually neglected fueling what brought you here or what ignited your love, you're probably doing a bit too much, or you're not creating your time, and you need to make that space. So remain a sponge, remain a student. It keeps you humble as well, but it also keeps you grinding and it keeps you inspired. Remain a student always. And number 5, this was something I definitely learned the hard way. Have fun. Slow down and be present. But so many of us, we get into creating because this is what we love. This is our purpose. We're not here by accident, but we get so caught up in trying to get to a destination, trying to get views, try to get money, try to get paid, try to get our art out, that we actually stop creating it. It becomes so methodical. When I sat down to make music, having fun wasn't on the forefront of my mind. Obviously I have fun making music by default, but now I sit down and make videos and make music and I try to remember, okay, have fun. This is fun, because not only does it make you enjoy the journey, but it comes across in your creations, it comes across in your art. This is the journey. We think that while we do this, that there's a bunch of fun waiting for us in the future, when in reality all we have now is being present. And that's why I mentioned being present. Be present. Where you are now is part of your journey. This is beautiful. If you are someone that's going to succeed, this is probably a time that you're going to wish that you were more present in. For me, I think I'm going to succeed. I need to stop saying I know I'm going to succeed. So while I'm at the bottom of the mountain right now, we're climbing at the mountain, I'm not yet at the mountain peak. Take it in. Take the view in, because when I begin to grow, I may not be here again. I may not have the opportunity to do some of the things I can do now. So you have to be present in the moment. You have to have fun in the moment. Remember, these are some things that maybe people don't express all the time, but as someone that's recently done this, that's was something I definitely forgot very quickly, but I'm so glad I also remembered it quickly before I've taken off too far. Those are 5 things that I've learned as a creator, as an artist, as a YouTuber. So thank you for watching. My name is Jesse Ojuka and this is Nothing to the Grave, and I love you. People don't often tell you that, right? But I love you, and I'm not just saying that.